Check. Episode 19. Are we slanted?
Are we? We are. Look at that. That's a good catch.
Nice. Now the camera gets to sit here and enjoy the movement here. Magically shifting. Nice. Hopefully they got to see your unibrow.
All right. Luigi Mangione up in here.
Oh, man. Yeah, so episode 19. Our soccer game got canceled, and I'm frustrated.
Boo!
I'm so frustrated.
Yeah, I was about to tear my ACL tonight. I'm mad.
You know,
I don't get to.
My hamstrings are a little sore from Monday, but you know, it's fair. We have people driving from long distances. The roads are icy as hell. I slipped 3 times minimum today.
Yeah. I about dropped my coffee. Well, both of our coffees.
Oh, shit. So you had no hands.
Yeah.
It would have been all over you. It would have been like a movie scene.
Yeah.
Dude, you should have said something. I would have came out and recorded it. Like, I would have
That'd
been like
cool.
you on the ground, coffee.
Did
all
you
over
see
you.
the reel today from Sweat?
Yeah, I shared it. It was.
Me neither.
That shit was pretty funny. Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have to get like quite a bit of napkins to clean up off your face?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of cold foam on there.
You still feel it in your beard?
Yeah, it's a little sticky. A little sticky icky.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is a great day for a coffee.
It is.
It's not like super chilly. That's why I'm like kind of surprised. Like, there's the ice out there. You don't even see it. It's all black ice.
Which that's a weird name for it,
Yeah.
right?
Why not white ice?
No, why not ice? Or just ice.
I'm kidding. But
Why's it gotta be black?
But yeah,
Horrible.
this is crazy. But yeah, so can't really see it. It's pretty slick.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen much salt get put out yet. But
No. I don't think that they should put salt out. I think they should just stick to the sand.
Is the sand pretty helpful?
The sand is because it's like gritty and it breaks everything up. When the salt does the same thing, but they put a bunch of chemicals in that salt. Like it's not just salt. Like Cryotech
Okay.
or not. Yeah, Cryotech.
Well, I don't think I want to eat the salt, but
No, but it's getting splashed into everything, you know. Going down into our sewers and our soil. Now I'm just kidding. I'm going down a deep rabbit hole. But all of that is true.
yeah. I mean, if we can get the job done, man, just let me to drive my car.
Just want to go home.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal with this is. The weather was great like 2 days ago. It was 50 degrees out.
It was 60.
60.
Yeah, when I was skating at Ivanhoe, it was 62 when I got there. Then I got back home. 2 hours later, it was 34. It was really weird.
How did that park even get named Ivanhoe? Because like over here we have Old Settlers, and then all the way down there we have Ivanhoe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what Ivanhoe means.
We'll find out.
I'm going to chat GPT the hell out of this thing. What does Ivanhoe mean?
Let's see if we can get the reason for it. There's got to be somebody who posted something about it. Now we're just sitting here on our phones like a bunch of goofballs.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy. So,
There's a book written a long time ago. I saw that.
it's not telling me how. Like, nobody posted anything about how we got the name of Ivanhoe. Maybe we can go to, like, the city or something. Figure out how that all came down. Because it only just tells me how Fort Madison was established.
So this
James Madison.
James Madison. Yeah, he was the president at the time.
Yeah. Named after a military post.
Nope.
established a federal fur trade station.
We were the
1808.
first militarized fort west of the Mississippi.
The fort was burned down in 1812 by military order.
You know why? I actually know a lot about this.
Go into it.
So, it was the Sock and the Fox lived around here a lot. Like, this was like their territory. And when we first came in and made it, it wasn't a military post for a while. So there were people here doing the fur trades and stuff, and then it was a military post. And it was the first military post west of the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
But through the trades, Chief Blackhawk was down and around this area, and he didn't really like how it was being ran because they were being pretty greedy. And Lewis and Clark actually had a lot to do with Fort Madison. They were down in St. Louis conducting all the fur trading and stuff for up here. And they kept getting fucked over pretty much and were sick of it. So they attacked him. The Sock did. They cut this, I think it was a corporal maybe or a private, cut his head off, stuck it on a post and set it out front of the fort. And then I think it was either the next night or that week, I think it was the Blackhawks, the tribe, Chief Blackhawk attacked the fort, and then it was like in ruins. Like, it was all fucked up. They fucked the military up here. But they essentially were told to, if something like that were to happen, they were told to burn the fort and all the goods so that the natives didn't get it. It's just fucking crazy. But I guess it makes sense in a, I don't know, if you're going to war with these guys, you don't want them to have your shit.
Yeah. Okay. Colonization, everything.
Yeah.
So then,
But there was actually a really good relationship between the natives and the people before it was militarized.
so when did that like battle happen?
1812.
And then, so our military won, took the land, and then expanded beyond that.
No. We lost and the town was deserted. So after 1812, everything was gone. Not everything. There was still some people that were settled here, but as far as the military, they were pushed out, and the Sock and Fox tribe and the Blackhawk tribe were the ones that were pretty much in control of this territory.
Wow.
And then as far as like how we ended up staying here, I'm not too sure.
Interesting.
But yeah.
The railroad system seems to be a pretty popular thing around here too. We also have
Yeah.
the largest wingspan bridge.
I think it's the largest. It's the largest double-decker swingspan bridge, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
But
Which is
yeah.
crazy. I mean, we've had that thing for a long time.
Yeah, I think that was built in early 1900s, maybe 1912.
Yeah, and it's a crucial part of our train system.
Yeah, I want to say, I may be wrong, but I think I'm right. But I think 75% of imports and exports go across that bridge.
And we get right into Chicago and everything.
Yeah. So when 9/11 happened, like that was a huge deal, and so there were like FBI units. From what I was told, I don't know how true this is because I wasn't alive at the time, but they sent National Guard down here and had them kind of watch the bridge because it's a very important piece of our trade system, which is kind of scary to think about it.
Yeah.
Like if somebody wanted to fuck up our trade system, they would attack that bridge for sure.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact numbers, but when I worked at Kingsley Inn, we had a lot of train fans.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure it's like anywhere from like 5 to 15 an hour.
Yeah.
That drive by.
Yeah. I think it's 80 a day on
Yeah.
average.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize how many trains we have come through until I worked there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've always lived close to them, so it's become like accustomed to just hearing them.
Yeah.
Like it's just background noise at this point. And I was like, wow, that's how many come across. And like people are amazed when they hear that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it makes sense that we get these train buffs that love coming out here to just watch them because it's just.
Well,
You
it's
get to see a
crazy
ton of
too,
them every single
'cause
day.
yeah, and that like part of the not part of the reason, but like a lot of my reasoning for wondering like why people don't stay here is like we do have that. Like I wonder all the time, like what held Fort Madison back from expanding greater. And my grandpa, my pop po, my dad's dad, he was the superintendent here in Fort Madison in the 90s. And during that time, the BNSF was moving around their like headquarters, I think. And Fort Madison was supposed to be that. Like it was supposed to be here. But the city pushed back on it and said that they didn't want it here. And now it's in Texas. And it's a booming city.
Yeah. I mean, me and Ben, we found a like a tape from like the 50s or 60s. It was like Fort Madison with a bright future and whatever. And like
shit.
they were like showing off like how it was like advancing so fast and
Yeah.
and doing so great, and like they were expecting it to be like a really awesome like city.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just
it
they
should
had
have
a
been.
lot of people just exit. So like they'll go to school and then they'll go to college elsewhere, and
Yeah.
then from there they usually probably stick around the cities that they went
Yeah.
to school, or they go out to wherever their job takes them, which is most often like a lot of people kind of strive to get to that major city job, or
Yeah.
at least nearby.
I feel like then they get settled in. They're like, this kind of sucks. Some people love it and they live for it, you know, and
Yeah.
that's cool.
I've talked to quite a few people who love
Big city life.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I can see where they're coming from. It's like it's a different energy, and it kind of gets you going, and like you have everybody else that's doing the same thing. Like you kind of join the hustle.
Yeah.
But being in both the hustle culture and then outside the hustle culture, it's like it's a different world.
Yeah.
And no hate to that, but like sometimes it's really nice to just slow down and zen out with life, man.
Yeah. No kidding.
That's why I love like around here, like in the spring and summer. There's not a whole lot of people out at like the trails and stuff.
Yeah.
You get just peace and
Yeah.
quiet out there.
You're not overly fucking
Yeah, I've always been
overtaken by
huge.
people.
I've always been huge on like low key parks. Like me and my buddy Edwin from out in California, we would go and find like parks that would just have very few people that would hang around them, like low key, and it was super cool.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy that Fort Madison didn't boom
Maybe
just
it's
because of
slow
the
growth, man.
logistics of it. Like it's like we're damn near like in the middle of the country. Like I don't know where I knew at one point where like the exact middle was of the country, but we're pretty damn close to it.
Yeah, I mean, we still have like the rest of the time the Earth is around to
Yeah.
grow. I think that more people will start to want to grow these areas. Like our age groups will eventually be in the positions where we're making a lot of the big changes.
Yeah.
Probably in like our 30s or 40s, like we're kind of the age group of majority making big change, I would hope, you know?
Yeah, I would hope so too. 'Cause and one thing I hope is that like our generation, whatever, when we are in charge, we listen to the guys that are our age now.
Mm.
'Cause I feel like that's the only way you really keep building and progressing. Like you can't just stay stagnant and just do the same old thing throughout the history, you know,
Yeah.
like you have to listen to the younger crowd. You have to listen to what they're saying, what's in, what's out, you know. And I mean, don't just take it with a grain of salt either, like actually listen. 'Cause I've ran into some things here where I was a part of and they were so excited to get me on this thing. I'm not talking down to them at all either, but it was like you'd give as much like ideas as you can, and ideas that probably would have worked given the opportunity to work, but that was the thing. It was never given the right opportunity to even try to make it work. It was like the idea was said, and then it was just kind of like, okay, well, we're just gonna do what we want to do.
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, you're gonna have that,
Yeah.
and it sucks. But like, there is an interest. I have an idea around. This might be off a little off the tangent, but looking towards like the younger generations,
Mhm.
I think that they're full of new creative innovation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they should be silenced or bulb smashed. You
Yeah.
know, like, I think a lot of good ideas come from people who are almost about to enter or even just entering. Like, well, a lot of us, like in our early 20s, we're just beginning our lives.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of us, and even younger than us, have great ideas for how the world could be shaped for the betterment of society, because when you're early into it, you can already see vulnerabilities in like the normal everyday stuff that everybody's already used to.
Yeah.
Like when you have a fresh new set of eyes, you see a lot of the errors. Some of them like have patch holes and whatnot, but like for the most part, with fresh eyes, you're getting a fresh glimpse to something that's been built for a long time. Like it's been around for a long time, and those can be catalysts to change. Seeing those little errors. Because a lot of them get overlooked after you've been around so long, just seeing the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
But how many of those things are just gonna repeat anyway?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think the younger audience is like, they got a fresh set of eyes, man.
Mhm. They do.
I like listening to my younger cousins and some of their ideas, because a lot of them are even significantly more tech savvy than we were when we first started.
Yeah.
But they got started in a bit slightly more advanced pieces of technology, I guess. Like things
I started
were
with
simple to
Microsoft
navigate
Paint.
now. Huh?
I started with Microsoft Paint. That's where like I realize now that I'm like really interested in graphic design, and I think it stems from just messing around on Microsoft Paint when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like I'd sit on it for hours and not get bored. I used to make like I made some damn good like reimagining things of South Park. I would always create those guys, but they were simple. It was just circles and shit.
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny. It was fun.
I can kind of relate to an idea around that too, with like some of the bit of the computer stuff or whatnot. Like when I started out with an iPod Touch, but it was like that 5th generation one, so like a lot of stuff got revamped, the software was revamped, so they started coming out with more aesthetically pleasing design, I guess.
Not the fat bubble back.
Yeah, and just poorly looking apps. Like like it was kind of like that transition to where graphic design and applications became like something worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like I was like 12 to 14 was like, I'm pretty sure like a big change. And around then, you know, I used to jailbreak my iPod when I was in like middle school. And when I did that, I was able to access like files of my applications that weren't usually accessible. So I was able to find vulnerabilities in there that allowed me to either enhance my experience on the game or just like create full-blown cheats just by navigating through their files.
That's wild.
And
I didn't mess around with shit like that. That's crazy.
And I used to get like, I still get like the urge to want to try and find vulnerabilities. And I'm thinking that's kind of where I want to go with tech.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be fun and it'd be stimulating. It's just learning the information that's with like the programs and software now, like keeping up with those types of vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know what even drew me into that. Like, it wasn't.
I just found it, just stumbled upon it.
Yeah, and like the joy wasn't necessarily from allowing myself to have like unlimited coins or like my speed maxed out to a point where no player will ever get a chance to use. Like, just on regular mobile.
Like a Temple Run.
I think it was the fact that I was able to find what made me do that or allowed me to do that.
Yeah.
And that's really neat. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting myself worked up now.
No. I mean, you love that stuff, so It's easy to get worked up about stuff you love.
Oh yeah, like it would be really cool to be able to have a career as like a hacker breaking into stuff like legally, of course.
Is any hacking legal?
Yes. They term it like white hat, like, and then black hat would be like a
illegal.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like there's such things as bug bounties. So Fortune 500 companies or just companies in general can pretty much open up a bug bounty, which allows you to access parts of their systems to try and find vulnerabilities. So like even though they might have a defense team or like a cybersecurity team, they want people to try and poke at it and find something. Yeah. So they can patch that up too. So like they can't check everything all the time. There's so many moving parts, and when a new update happens, there's new vulnerabilities made. Yeah. So it's a constant cycle of getting people to try and find a way to break in and access stuff they're not supposed to, or able to make changes they're not supposed to. Yeah, and that's perfectly legal. And some payouts are crazy depending on the company that you do one for and how much of a risk that vulnerability created.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Which
it kind of reminds me of the United Health stuff.
Yeah, they had a pretty big breach, and those are, I guess, classified as black hats.
Really?
Yeah, because what they did was,
outside of the company, they went in and...
Well, the whole, like, most of that story is that they snagged a bunch of information. It was a cyber breach. Mm-hmm. They were able to collect information. They used it as a bribe. Like,
okay.
Like they're like
blackmailing
you can pay us and we'll,
give it back,
or whatever. It was a ransom. They paid a ransom for that. And those guys are black hats because they did it for nefarious.
They found out that United Health was doing.
Yeah, they leaked a bunch of information about their artificial intelligence and stuff.
That, and with cancer patients, they were charging them 1,000% plus.
It's what a lot of pharmaceuticals are.
It's insane.
Yeah, there's
like that shouldn't even be legal, but they're doing it.
Yeah, There's some pretty wacky stuff in like the pharmaceutical industry. Mm-hmm. There was this guy. I would have to find his name and everything like that, but it was on the Soft White Underbelly podcast.
Oh yeah.
He shares a lot of criminals and their stories and stuff, and all sorts of pimps and whores and stuff like that.
Yeah, homeless dudes and shit.
But there was a guy on there that exposed a lot of stuff that he had seen in the pharmaceutical industry, and even the FDA was pushing through drugs that really had no benefit, and they'd have like some downsides to them, but they would be advertised as like cancer research, but on like very small print on the pharmaceuticals, it would be like that there's like no full correlation to curing this whatever said diagnosis. Like it's and they would have crazy markups on them, and the people who would prescribe them would get massive payouts for selling them to the patients. Yeah. Even though they weren't really doing anything. It was just that they were worth so much on the market. And that's ridiculous.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like, these people are already vulnerable because they have fucking cancer.
Yeah.
And you want to upcharge them 1,000%.
There's a lot of profit in cancer.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I've seen a lot of that firsthand.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. I think we should just be putting more money towards the research, or just get the research done. Is it possible to cure it? Is it not?
I mean, I've seen a lot of...
how have we been delaying this for so long?
Yeah, I don't know. It's insane. Like, how is that the one thing we can't fucking figure out?
There's a lot of things we can't figure out, and it's just that
I know, but it's like one of the major things. Yeah, it's like one of the major things that we want to do, though.
Yeah. Well, the thing is there's always going to be people who are going to be like, oh, dude, do you see how much money's involved with this?
Yeah.
Who cares? We're going to be able to buy a yacht.
Yeah. I watched a video of Mark Zuckerberg talking about getting millions of people together and involved in the stopping of climate change. And the day prior to him making that speech, he bought a fucking mega yacht that was like $800 million. And the amount of diesel and gas and oil and shit that is needed to run that is fucking crazy. And he's sitting here saying, we need to stop climate change, but I'm going to buy this fucking mega yacht.
Yeah. I don't even like. I'm curious to know whether it can actually be reversed. Because
I don't even know if it's real.
Well, cause I don't know how. I don't know how. I'm not a scientist or anything like that, or anybody researching it. But I don't know how you can. There's people on both sides saying that it doesn't exist and it does exist based off of all of the information that they've gathered, like scientists on both sides.
Yeah.
So how are they, like, is it even feasible to crunch like the mathematics around it to see that it's actually happening in one direction?
Yeah.
Like, because I could see how you could there's gonna be like a few small errors leading up to it that lead you to it's not happening or it is happening.
Yeah.
And then we have like information bias and then research bias. Like, well, people are being funded to
do the research.
Yeah, to do the research and to figure out why it is happening.
Yeah.
Or figure out why it is not happening.
Yeah, and they have to be right, or else they're gonna, or they have to give those people who are funding the money. They have to give them an answer that they like, or they're going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like it's
like,
not going to be around if it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the other thing is that I seen this some study that said that one eruption from a volcano is equivalent to 50 years of human pollution.
One eruption is up to 50 years of pollution?
Yeah. I can't remember where I saw that.
Or pollution to like our air? I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
But that would be so odd because that's like a natural thing too. So like it seems like those volcanoes or geysers or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Are they not supposed to be exploding on a time clock of some sort? Like there was actually an eruption recently that was like totally normal, and it was expected to happen for many years, and it's or maybe like it happens every like 5 years or something like that, and people were able to go to a certain distance and actually film it erupting and stuff. And they were like celebrating it rather than, oh God, it's erupting, we're all gonna die.
The one good eruption.
Yeah. I seen this video that came across one of my social media pages recently of these I think they're called like like it has to do with like something a snake and how the ground is formed, but like there's these little like spots that like swirl around, and they're just like in random parts of like grasslands and stuff, and it just forms like swirly and has like a spot where it just goes entirely flat on top. And I don't remember what it was called entirely, but there's like several in Missouri. There's one actually fairly close to us in Iowa.
Oh,
what are they called? But they're all over the world, and they all look like exactly the same.
Epiphagy?
I'm not sure.
Is it epiphagy?
But they're just in like random spots. Just in random places. Like how do these little spots just form like this?
I don't know.
But
so this is saying
okay,
that a single large volcanic eruption can release an amount of pollution equivalent to years or even decades of human activity, depending on the eruption size and type of pollutants measured.
What else? Does it say what like the direct impact is?
Well, it says human activities emit far more CO2 and long-term pollutants. The cumulative impact of human pollution far outweighs even the largest volcanic eruptions over time.
So human pollution is already worse anyway.
That's what it's saying, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
For long-term pollutants.
there's like large bodies of water that just are filled with trash that are constantly being
Yeah, it's like, don't get me
removed.
wrong, like, there's definitely a ridiculous amount of pollution that happens. But to think that, well, the earth will never end because of human pollution. I think that humans will cease to exist because of our own pollution if we don't stop, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which, did you see what is the clock that they have, Doomsday Clock or whatever? It ticked to 89 seconds until doomsday. But I don't even know. This was the first time I've ever seen that clock.
You're
Was
talking about
this
the
year.
Doomsday Clock that Bezos created?
I don't think it was Bezos. Now I gotta
I
look
swear,
this
like
up too.
Amazon. No, Amazon made like a clock that, at like year, like fuck it, some specific year in history, it'll like create a chime, but it's gonna outlive like our existence by like many years.
Yeah. This says the Doomsday Clock is now 89 seconds to midnight.
When today?
Yeah.
So you're saying it's
So
just
we're
all over
89
tonight?
seconds to midnight.
Tonight.
No, not tonight. See, that's the thing. Like, well, how much is 89 seconds and when is midnight? You know what I mean?
But when did
Like,
this happen?
where this, it ticked down, like, January 29th is when it went to 89 seconds.
So we all should have died that day.
I don't fucking know what they're trying to say.
That's goofy. Yeah, that was actually I think the 29th was one of the plane crash days.
Was it?
Pretty sure.
Fuck.
With the helicopter, I think, on the 29th.
Oh, here we go. So, I'll just read this out.
Yeah, go
This is
for
what ChatGPT is telling us. 89 seconds to midnight on the Doomsday Clock means that, according to the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, humanity is closer than ever to global catastrophe. Midnight symbolizes global disaster, whether from nuclear war, climate change, pandemics, artificial intelligence, or other existential threats. Why is it at 89 seconds? This is the closest the clock has ever been to midnight, reflecting nuclear threats, rising tensions, especially with Russia's nuclear threats during the Ukraine war, climate change, more extreme weather events, and slow global response, artificial intelligence and biotechnology, concerns about AI, bioengineering, and misinformation. What does it mean? The closer the clock gets to midnight, the greater the perceived risk to humanity's survival. It's not a literal countdown, but a symbolic warning to urge leaders and people to take action before disaster strikes.
So search up how the time changes on it then.
It's updated annually by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, based on their assessment of global threats. So it's these people's opinions on.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, here,
annually.
this is kind of crazy. So the first time it ever was set was in 1947, and they had 7 minutes to midnight, which was the start of the Cold War. Then in 53, it went to 2 minutes to midnight. U.S. and Soviet Union test hydrogen bombs. 91, 17 minutes to midnight. End of the Cold War, lowest risk ever. And then, holy shit, okay. So from 91 to 2020, it went from 17 minutes to 100 seconds. Because of the pandemic, climate change, and nuclear threats started to rise. And since 2020, it's dropped 11 seconds. So it's at 89 now. Closest ever due to nuclear tensions and global instability.
But the clock can go backwards.
Yes. So
Interesting.
we can make it go back.
So it's actually not even a clock. It's just a meter.
Yeah. But I think they use the clock analogy to kind of instill a little bit of fear to the powers to be, or whoever's in power.
It's kind of funny that they like show it as a clock, but it's essentially working as a meter.
Yeah.
That's so weird. But why is it so close to midnight all the time? Why is it never at like 3 p.m. from midnight?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Like that's kind of odd. Like it's never that low. We're always that close to just
We're always
doomsday.
oh shit! Oh.
We're just so close to doomsday all the time.
Yeah.
We're just riding on that fine line, man. Just staring off the edge of the mountain, dude.
It fucking feels
Look
like
at that
it.
drop, man. You trying to jump with me?
It feels like it, honestly, right now.
I don't know. I see a
It
big pot of
does.
water down there. Do you want to jump? I'll do it.
I'm getting a little thirsty.
Toss some rocks down to break the water a little bit. Dude, I used to get into these videos when I was in like early high school. I think the guy's like it was like Adrenaline Junkie or something like that.
Yeah.
And he would go to these like crazy like jumping spots, like that would be however many meters above the water, and he would just try to go for the craziest ones. And he said like they would hurt, like when you would hit it, like it'd be like cement, but you'd toss something down to break the water up, so it'd be like shifting.
Is that
a little
why
bit,
they throw
and
the
then-
rock?
Yeah.
Weird.
But he would do these crazy jumps, and I was like, that looks fun.
Dude, my Tokyo drift is fucked. This is a sad day in history.
Tokyo drift is messed up.
How long have you know how to live in Tokyo?
What the fuck?
You never heard that song? Dude, I used to take, when I would drive forklift, I would take videos. We'd get water in the warehouse sometimes. I'd get going super fucking fast. Well, fast on a forklift is like 13 miles an hour, which is hauling on a forklift. But I'd take it, hit those little puddles of water, and start drifting. It was fun. Love those times.
We had a super fast go-kart when I worked at the go-kart facility
Yeah.
that we wouldn't allow like customers to use.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it was dead out, me and the mechanic,
You boys ready?
we'd take that shit out, dude. If you were to hit like the side rails, you could probably flip that bitch.
Oh, fuck.
We were just flying. Like you would have to use the brake on that one. That was crazy. When you're going around a corner.
Oh, dude.
I missed that. That was so fun. Those are different days, man.
Yeah.
Different days. 'Cause before that, I'm pretty sure that I was out at the pizza joint on West Point.
Brad's pad.
That shit was fun too, except for when he had me on like actually making the pizzas.
Look at that pizza place, but I fucking hated making pizza.
No, dude, I just wasn't. I liked making it look presentable, and they like it just. It's about speed.
Yeah.
And
That shit on there.
yeah, when it got busy, I was on dough. I was rolling that. I was
Dough
getting
boy.
it ready, and then I was taking the dough, like the pizza shaped dough, out to the other staff, and they go quickly. They're moving. They're getting the veggies and stuff on there, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm back here.
You
Dude,
like that
it was
dough?
crazy sometimes though. Like we would get so busy, and I'd be just sitting there, just like putting it through the machine, running around, getting it ready, cut, send.
You'd cut the dough and then?
So like you would take like a big old hunk of it
Yeah.
after like reshaping it, getting some yeast on it and everything like that, and then you put it through this machine, and it like kind of flatten it out a bit, and then you put it through another different size of it, and then you're like rolling it out into like that shape or large enough that you can put it onto like that what's like the boxes that you what's the boxes?
Pizza box?
What are the boxes made out of? Cardboard. It'd be shaped as a pizza, and then place the dough over it, cut it out, and then send it out.
Oh, I got you.
So then it would be shaped as a pizza. They put the sauce, cheese, and everything else on it.
Hell yeah.
When it wasn't as busy, I was on pizza making. I was a pizza artist, you know.
Yeah.
I cared about the way the pizzas looked, man.
Throwing down that za.
I was like, I want this to look so good that when you look at it, you're like, oh, drooling.
I don't even want to eat this.
That would
I'm just
suck.
gonna frame this one.
Imagine making a pizza and everybody's just like, I'm not eating that.
It looks too good to eat it.
That looks so fucking nasty.
I'd purposely fuck it up. Just be like, eat it.
I'll just put my fingers into the center of it. Just And you just see all of it swirl.
Oh man.
Like, I fucked up your slice then. All of 'em.
Dude.
But-
JC would love that because he just eats the toppings.
Yeah.
Doesn't even take a bite of the crust. He does now. He's getting better. We're working on it.
I did like working out there though. Like, I mean, it was painful just at the time when I was just like, ugh, we have to work. When I was young.
Yeah.
I was like 18.
Yeah.
This shit sucks. I want to hang out with my girlfriend.
Dude, I'm still like that. I'm like, I fucking hate working.
I enjoy.
Well, not so much
showing
at
up to
Sweat.
work.
I really enjoy working there. But
I enjoy showing up to work. I had my annual review and I just found out that I had not missed. Like, I didn't call in a single time this year.
You pussy. You pussy. Just kidding. Congratulations, man. That's pretty big.
Is it really? No.
Did you mean that?
I didn't even realize. I was like, yeah, I guess I didn't.
Damn.
Doesn't matter. I picked up more shifts anyway.
Yeah.
It was like, I enjoy showing up to my job. It's not a bad job. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta pee really bad. I'm gonna run and take a tinkle.
I want to call it. I'm done.
What?
What time is it? We got 40 minutes in already. 40? Yeah. I'm not going to call it yet. We could probably go for another 20 minutes. Running out of coffee, though. And I'm not ready to go back to the ice. It's a dark world out there right now. Could slip and fall. 3 times. 3 times I slipped in the same spot because I couldn't remember exactly where I slipped. And I found out it was just the cement. It wasn't the metal shit. It's a force to be reckoned with. And I gotta take a computer apart. It's been eventful. Been an eventful week. I'm ready for spring. Spring would be nice right now. We're only like a month out from getting some nice hoodie weather. And the green grass will start growing again. April showers bring May flowers. I don't know, I couldn't think of anything, so I just started yapping. I'm pretty exhausted today.
Yeah.
I just got a lot on my plate.
Dude, my hands smell like white berry and tea.
What the white berry and tea?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's what they smell like now. It's what the soap is.
White berryin?
Berry and tea. White berry.
What is a white berry?
Don't know. The fuck is that?
Dude, I'm like, what the fuck is white berry, bro?
I've never seen one.
You know, if it was like blueberry and tea, I'd be like, nice.
I think it said white berry and tea. It's what it looked like.
White berry. It's like coconut berry.
Ew.
But what's the berry being used? I'm trying to think of a white berry, and I can't.
Is there
All I
such
keep
thing
seeing
as
is
a white
raspberry,
berry?
like a red berry, like strawberry, blueberry.
Well, it's not white.
What color's the fucking hand soap?
It's clear.
It's not white.
Maybe it's white tea and berry.
Okay.
I think it is white tea and berry. But what is white tea?
I don't know, dude. I don't
Why
know
does
what
it have a
white
color?
berry is or what a white tea is.
Okay.
I don't even like tea that much.
Wha-
I don't really fuck with tea like that.
That's why? Why not?
I don't know. Sweet tea just sucks.
Okay. I'm going to need you to take that back.
White.
White
Sweet
mulberries. There's a lot of berries.
What? Man,
There's
you geeking.
white mulberries. I've never seen those. Snow white strawberries. What? And white currant. Oh, okay. Currant, yeah. Toxic white berries. Do not eat. Doll's eyes, mistletoe berries, and snowberries. Wow.
Mistletoe berries. Yeah, only kiss under the mistletoe. Don't share the berries.
Yeah. Unless you want to
Romeo and Juliet, that shit.
nibble on the berries later.
Romeo and Juliet done that shit.
Yeah.
Fake your death and maybe he'll follow.
And then you'll actually die. Oh no, I was faking.
No.
But you're dead? Ah, I'm just going to kill
You're
myself
dead.
anyways.
I must die too.
Yeah. Why would they make us read that?
I don't know. It's a beautiful love story, man.
It kind of sucked. Not going to lie. It kind of sucked.
I don't even remember the story accurately, to be honest. It's been a long time.
I mean, do you remember the Taylor Swift song? It's the same thing.
I don't like Taylor Swift.
Oh, dude. Okay, her now is it's. But you catch me in 2010 to 2013, the prime time of Taylor Swift. You catch me listening to that.
Taylor Swift's a demon.
She probably is. That's probably why the Chiefs are doing so well. Something happened.
How much money do you want to bet that he's gonna propose in the finals, or would it be the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, yeah.
It's gonna be the Chiefs versus
Eagles.
Yeah. And he's gonna propose, and they're gonna win by like 3.
You think so?
Yeah, I'll put money on it. I don't watch football, but I'll put money on it.
I don't want to put any money
I will
on
put
it.
$5 down.
Because that seems like it's something that will happen.
Proposal right after they win by 3. It's going to be super close. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Mahomes is going to make some just stupid fucking pass. Everybody's going to be devastated. They're like, how the fuck do they keep winning? This is rigged. It's entirely fucking rigged. And then proposal, and then Taylor Swift, and whatever. What's his name?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce is going to be like, oh, we fucking earned this shit. Ah.
I think he's going to announce his retirement if they win.
Yeah, he's going to be like, ring on your finger, retirement.
I'm retiring.
We're going to go get a house on the lake and
then we're going to get divorced.
babies.
We're going to get
Demon
divorced,
babies.
and you're going to make a whole bunch of other songs.
Yeah, it's going to be your greatest hit because she has not had the chance to blab about an ex-husband.
Oh. It's true.
How many
But
songs did she create about the ex?
87 is her number, dude. What's 8 plus 7?
15.
Yeah.
What's the 15 got to do?
I don't know. She said that 87 was her number. That's all I knew about that. I don't know.
87's my number.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's going to be the number for the sacrifice.
I'm just excited for the Kendrick Lamar concert, honestly.
Kendrick's
I'm
gonna
a
be there?
big Chiefs fan. I have been my whole life. It's really cool to see them win, actually, and not suck ass.
Dude, UFC coming to Iowa.
Des Moines, I've seen that.
Dude.
That's going to be crazy.
If I can get a hold of some tickets, I'm going.
Dude, that would be really cool. I'm assuming they're going to have it at Wells Fargo.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Probably whatever their biggest.
I think it's
venue
Wells
is.
Fargo.
But it's crazy. I'm like, that's crazy. It's
Yeah.
probably not going to be one of the like big fights that we all look forward to,
Yeah.
but that is sick. If I can get a hold of tickets, I'm going.
Dude,
I'll get frickin' plastered and just start punching shit. I'm kidding. That's not me. I'll probably be sitting there like, yeah, let's go.
that's real Andre. I'm going to get fucked up and just punch something.
Dude, I'll get in the cage.
Get me in there.
Give me that by the commentators. I'll freaking talk. Joe Rogan, knows Iowa. I doubt he'll be at that event.
You know, I really like Iowa, man. It's great out here in wrestling. Iowa.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of corn.
We
lot
might
of
even
corn.
see what's the fucking Olympic wrestler from Iowa? You gotta know his name.
I do. I see his face.
Oh my god.
I see his qualifiers, too.
Yeah. There's a couple out of Iowa.
Spencer Lee. He's a big one.
Yeah, I think he did. There's a couple UFC fighters that came out of Iowa's wrestling too. I just don't have their names on top of my head.
Oh, shit. Fuck, he's from Bettendorf. Like, he's one of the great, one of the greats.
It's not Anthony.
No. Although John Jones went to Iowa Western
Yeah.
Community College.
Yeah.
Or was it Iowa Western?
He
Iowa
He came-
Wesleyan. He went to Wesleyan.
really?
Yeah.
That's actually not far from us at all.
So did the fucking dude supported Trump like a motherfucker.
I'm not sure.
He's got a thing with Bang energy drinks. I think it's Bang. What is his name? I see his face too. Wow.
There's Gable Stevenson,
Yeah.
Kale Sanderson. Fuck. The guy that I'm looking for is not on here though.
What does he look like?
I don't. Probably be best if I don't describe him,
Okay.
because I'll butcher the shit out of it. Let's see. I can't think of the name, but it's bothering me now. Oh shit!
Terry
Pat-
Brands?
Pat Miletich came from Bettendorf, Iowa.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Why can't I think of the other one?
Robbie Lawler,
Robbie Lawler, yes. Fuck.
Bettendorf as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Spencer Lee, he's really good.
That's crazy. It doesn't look like John Jones actually came from Iowa, but I'm pretty sure
He didn't come from Iowa, but he went to Iowa Wesleyan.
That's crazy.
Who was he there with? The guy that had the big ass thing with Jorge Masvidal. They
Ben
were
Askren?
homies. No.
No.
They were homies.
Oh, they weren't homies.
No, they were like homies and lived with each other, were best friends, and then it like turned evil and they fought each other. Why can I not think of his name? It's gonna piss me off when I find out. Or
Yeah,
when I
can't
remember.
think of it either. That's kind of
There's Ben.
Here, no.
Okay.
After the last episode, or one of the last episodes where I was craving a steak,
Yeah.
dude, I went home and cooked a mean ass steak. I surprised myself. I was so like drooly over the steak, man. Went and got one, started cooking it. I was like, all right, let's see how well this turns out. 'Cause I hadn't cooked a steak since I lived in California. It'd been a long time. 52 minutes.
Colby Covington.
Really?
Yeah. He wrestled for Iowa, but was on the practice squad.
The practice squad, so he wasn't that great.
He got kicked off because he was kind of a piece of shit, which, I mean, turns out is kind of true, so.
Yeah, he's a goofball.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I'm getting to that point where it's like,
I don't know if we purchased it or what is happening with the Gaza Strip, but that's the U.S.'s now, and we own it.
is it fully that we own it now?
I
Or
mean,
is there
that's.
putting up bids for it?
I think we own it, 'cause they did the press conference. It was Netanyahu and Trump, fucking smiling ear to ear, both of them. Trump said, "We will take over the Gaza Strip, doze it, remove it of the bombs that are there, and rebuild." There was a lady at the press conference that was from Afghanistan, and she was pretty much asking, like, what does that mean for, like, the people of Afghanistan and the Palestinians and all this stuff. And he was like, what is that accent? I don't know what that accent is. It's a beautiful accent. The only problem is I don't know what you're saying. Good luck and live in peace. And then went on to the next person. I was like, I'm pretty sure you could understand what she said. It was kind of clear, but all right. I don't know, dude. I've been getting too much into the politics. I got to step away. But this is where I get fucked. It's 'cause I'm like, well, if I step away, I'm going to miss something.
Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I observe it, but I take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
There's always a narrative, man.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll just see how things go. Just take care of our own lives. See what we can do. Try to be a righteous person.
Yeah.
We got a good community here. It's growing. Roundhouse some people if they get in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, dude. If we get some crazy ass motherfuckers trying to
Come up in this joint.
Yeah, dude. Colonizers come through. Like, we want your land. Or roundhouse every single one of them.
Yeah. They don't want to mess with us. Not with these Americans. They want to mess with us not around here. God, he'll shoot you in your ass.
I do gotta call it, though. I gotta pee bad.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's call it.
We're about 55 minutes in. Episode
a good
19,
one.
And we'll catch you next episode, whenever that is. Probably next week or something. Or could be a few days from now. Who knows? See you.
Finger guns. America.